Hello Pilates fam and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a beginner Pilates class, so you won't need any equipment at all today, just yourself, your mat and your favorite playlist on in the background. Let's get started. We're going to be starting by warming up through our core with some deep breathing. So pop your hands around your rib cage, take a nice deep inhale through the nose, and then on the exhale start to slide the ribs down and towards your hips. That's it. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. On your inhale, really opening up through the front, the side, the back of the rib cage. And then on the exhale, starting to draw your belly button in towards the back of your spine. That's it. Let's go for two more here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Last one here. Inhale and exhale. That's it. From here, pop your right hand on your left knee. Your left arm is stretching up and over to the side, really breathing into that left rib cage here, stretching through that left side body. And then we rotate the chest up towards the ceiling. Hold it there for 3, for 2, and 1. We come all the way up. Take that hand to the back. From here, we twist through the spine. We inhale to lengthen up tall and exhale to twist around. One more big breath here. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Come all the way back to center. Pop your left hand on your right knee. Your right arm comes up and over to the side, really stretching through that right side body. And then rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Hold it for 3, for 2, and 1. Take that arm up and over to the back. Twist through the spine. We inhale to lengthen up tall. Exhale to pull around a little bit further. One more big breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then come all the way back to center. Let's get started. We're going to come onto our backs. So roll all the way down onto your back. Your feet are hip distance apart and your hands are going to come behind your head. Your elbows are nice and wide, shoulders down and back. From here, we take a big inhale to prepare, just like we did. And then on the exhale, we lift head and shoulders, slide your ribs down and towards your hips. Inhale, we lower down. Exhale to lift. So just like we did with our breathing before, we're inhale, really opening up through the front, side, back of the rib cage. And then on the exhale, starting to engage through that core, drawing your belly button all the way to the back of your spine. That's it. Let's go for 4 more here. See if you can hold it for a pause at the top. Last 3. For 2. 1 more here. All right, on your next one, we add some arms. We exhale to lift up and then reach your hands all the way forward towards your feet, back towards your head, and then we lower down. So we lift, reach, return, and lower. That's it. Keep going there. Lift, reach, return, and lower. Let's go for 4 more here. Each time you're really shortening the space between your ribs and your hips. Get that core going. Last 3. Reach the fingertips away from you. For 2. On your last one, we hold it all the way up. Hold it there. Little pulses here. Pulse for 10. Reach for 9. For 8. Make sure you're breathing. Last 6. 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pop your hands back and come all the way down. All right, let's go into those obliques now. From here, we exhale, we rotate around to the right side. Imagine your left shoulder and your left hip are trying to touch. So we're creating that nice cross-abdominal connection. And then we inhale to lower all the way down. So keep those elbows nice and wide. You're mainly focusing on twisting above the belly button. Whilst you're there, think about your hips. Are they rotating? Are they twisting? They should be staying in neutral. All right, on your next one, we're adding in that arm reach. So we exhale to lift and twist, and then we take that opposite arm, reach towards your knee, and then back to your head and lower down. So we lift, reach, return, and lower. Again, you're trying to twist above your belly button to really get those obliques going. Mine are definitely starting to fire up. Let's go for 2 more each side here. Reach, return, and lower. All right, we've got 1 more each side here. Then I'm sure you know what's coming. We've got those pulses. Can't finish without pulses. All right, let's go. On your next one, we hold it to the side. Hold it there, reach the arm, little pulse. So you're really trying to reach that arm forward. Your shoulder is twisting towards your hip. You've got 6. Keep going. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand back, come down, all the way over to that other side straight away. Reach the arm, little pulse, little reach. For 8, 7, twisting 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pop that hand back and come all the way down. Amazing job. Release your hands, take your arms out to the side, and just rock your knees from side to side here, stretching out through that core. Let's give that core a little bit of a break. We'll go into some glutes. All right. From here, got to fix that pony again. Hands down by your side, your feet are still in parallel. We're just going to be starting with some pelvic tilts. So from here, on the inhale, we come into a neutral position, and then on the exhale, I want you to tuck your pelvis under, start to scoop through the core. So we inhale, come back to neutral, you'll have a little gap underneath your spine, and then on the exhale, tuck the pelvis, rock the hips back. So we're just rocking the hips forward, and then rocking the hips back. It's a tiny little movement here, just mobilizing through that spine and through that pelvis. Let's go for 2 more here. So we come into that tuck and then into neutral. On your next tuck, keep rolling through that spine and press all the way up into your glute bridge. From here, we inhale to tap the hips down. Exhale, we lift them up. We tap down, lift up. I really want you to make sure that your upper body is completely relaxed on that floor, so you're not hyperextending through your back. You're not lifting up into your back. You're lowering that back down, and instead you're tucking that pelvis under, scooping the abdominals. You should have a nice space between your chin and your chest, and you should be able to hold a conversation here. Keep those knees in parallel. We're just squeezing and tucking that pelvis under. I want you to try and imagine you're squeezing those little creases underneath your bum cheeks. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Let's go for 6 more here. Drive through those heels. You should be able to wriggle your toes. Last 4. For 3. For 2. On your last one, we hold it all the way up, little pulses, up and down. In that halfway range, a little bit down, a little bit up. For 8, squeeze, 7, squeeze, 6. For 5, keep tucking that pelvis. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. From here, we open our knees out wide and then close them back in. Keep your hips exactly where they are. We inhale to open the knees wide. Exhale to squeeze the thighs together. Really resist on the way in. Resist. Let's go for 5. Exhale, squeeze. Keep tucking that pelvis, squeezing those glutes. Core is tight. Last 4. For 3. For 2. 1 more. We come into a combo here. So we tap the hips down, lift them up, open the knees, and close the knees. Tap, lift, open, and close. Tap, lift, open and close. You've got 5 more like this. My glutes are already firing up. I feel like no matter if you've been doing Pilates for your whole life or for a long, long time, even if you do a beginner's class, you still feel it. As long as you're activating everything correctly, you will still feel the burn. I've lost count already. Let's go for 2 more. Squeeze in the thighs. Last one. Come back to center. We finish with pulses. We lift up and squeeze. Just for 10, for 9, last 8, squeeze 7, breathe 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Nice work. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock from side to side. Stretch out those glutes a little bit. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll onto your side. So come onto your side. Support your head with your hand. And we're coming into a 90-90 setup. So your knees are at 90 degrees and your hips are at 90 degrees. From here, we flex through the feet. Make sure your shins are in line with that mat. We're drawing the belly button in and lifting up through that bottom oblique. So we're not just relaxed through here. Even though we're working those legs, we're really using that core to support us. From here, your top hand can either come on your hip or it can come down by your side, whatever feels more comfortable. Flex those heels. From here, we lift the knee, lift the ankle at the same height, and then we lower down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. So I want you to watch your hips. Make sure they're not rolling back and forth. They're staying stacked the whole time. Even if you can't lift your knee as high, that doesn't matter as long as your hips don't roll backwards. Squeeze that side glute to come up. It may feel easy now, but I promise you'll feel it soon. We're just warming up those glutes. Let's go for 4 more here. Keep your knee and ankle parallel to the floor. Let's go for 3. Keep lifting through that side oblique for 2. Last one, we hold it up. Bring it back down to hip height. So your hip and your knee are in the same line. From here, we squeeze it back. Your heel comes in line with your bum, so you're in one long line. And then you bend it forward and lower down. So 4 steps. We lift, lengthen, bend, and lower. You've got to put lots of energy in your leg, otherwise you will feel nothing at all, and that's not why we're here. Lift, press, bend, and lower. When you press that leg back, press with your heel, push your heel away, and then bring it forward and down. Squeeze that glute as you press. Squeeze it, bend, and down. Let's go for 4 more here. Don't forget about your core. I'll keep reminding you. Last 3. For 2. 1 more, we hold it to the side. From here, we point the toes. We take the leg in front of us, and then from here, we flex the foot and take it to the side. So we point, it comes in line with your other knee, and then you flex, sweep it to the back. Point, sweep it to the front, and flex, sweep it to the side. So your foot is drawing a horizontal line. It's not going up and down. It's one big, long, straight horizontal line. Again, you've got to control it. All right, we've got 4 more here. We point, flex, and sweep. We inhale forward, exhale back. Squeeze that glute. Last 2. 1 more. Hold it to the side. We're nearly done. Little circles the size of a tennis ball. Little circles for 8, 7, 6. Everything else is still. Your core is still. Your bottom leg is still. It's just that top leg. Last 3, 2, and 1. We reverse for 8, 7, 6. Nearly there. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold it in center. Little pulses up and down. You've just got 10, 9, 4, 8. Squeeze 7, 6, 5. Pull that leg away from you for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Bend it in. Come all the way down. Nice work. Give that hip a little bit of a tap. before we roll onto our back again. So come onto your back. We'll give those glutes, or that glute I should say, a little break for a minute. And we'll go on to some core. From here, one at a time, make sure your core is on. Bring your legs into tabletop, and then your arms are coming up above your chest. We're just starting with the arms to begin with. From here, I want you to inhale, lengthen your arm by your ear, and then exhale, pull it back to center. Inhale, and exhale, pull. Just like we did at the beginning, using that core and using that breath to help support the movements. We inhale back, exhale forward. Make sure your feet are pointed, your knees are squeezed together. Our legs aren't just chilling there. One more each side. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears as well. All right, let's go onto those legs. Keep your arms still. From here, we inhale to tap the foot down, and then exhale, pull it back to the center. Left side, we inhale to tap, exhale to pull. If you can, I want you to hinge from the hip rather than just bending the knee. So we hinge forward, exhale, pull it back into center. We hinge the hip forward slightly and pull it back, all whilst keeping your pelvis in neutral. Nothing's rocking, nothing's tilting. One more each side here. Last one. Let's add it together. From here, we take the left arm, the right leg, lengthen the arm, tap the foot down. Exhale, you pull everything back into center. Inhale, lengthen away, and exhale to pull. So you'll start to notice after a while that when you use the correct breathing pattern, it makes it a lot easier to complete the movements. So we're not doing any sit-ups here, but we're still feeling it in that core because of that breath. Let's go for one more each side here. Last one. That's it. From here, take your hands down, 1 foot at a time, and then hug those knees in towards your chest again. All right, we've got those glutes on the other side, so you can just roll over. I'm going to make sure I'm facing you, so I'm going to roll up and twist around. Come down to your side. Head is propped up against your hand, making sure that your legs are at 90-90, your shins are in line with that mat. You're pulling this top hip away from you so that bottom oblique lifts up and your belly button is drawing in. Flex through the ankles. From here, we lift that knee, lift that ankle, and then we lower down. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. You can take your hand to your top hip to kind of monitor yourself as a tactile cue so that you don't rock back and forth. Whatever feels comfortable for you. That's it. Squeeze that side glute. So we're just starting to get it fired up here. Let's go for 4 more like this. For 3. Last 2. 1 more, we hold it up, bring it back to hip height. So your knee and your ankle and your hip are all in one line. From here we exhale, we squeeze that glute. Your heel is in line with the rest of your body. Then you bend it all the way in and then we lower down. So we lift, extend, squeeze that glute, bend and lower. Everything is staying in one long line here. All whilst keeping that core nice and tight. Zip in through the abdominals here. Let's go for 3. Last 2. Pull that leg away from you. 1 more. Keep it there. From here, we point the toes, sweep it all the way towards the front. Flex, sweep it to the back. Point, sweep it to the front, flex, sweep it to the back. So it's just that leg moving, that upper body, that core, that bottom leg should not be moving, just this top leg. Squeeze it behind. Make sure you hold it for a pause at the side there so you get that little squeeze in. Let's go for 4. Make sure this leg is as straight as you can. For 3. Last 2. 1 more. Hold it to the side. We've got those little circles around, around, like a little tennis ball. Just using that side glute. You've just got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5. Draw the circle with your heel for 4, 3, 2. Hold it in center. Little pulses up and down. You've just got 8, 7, last 6, 5. Keep it up. 4, up, up, up. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, drop it down. Give yourself a little tap. Nice work. Those glutes should be nice and even now. All right, let's go on to our bellies from here. We're going to work into our back muscles. So all of these exercises are really important if you are sitting at a desk job all day, or just in general, they're good for you. From here, you're lying down on your belly and your arms are at 90 degrees, so your hands are flat on the mat. Make sure your hip bones and your pubic bone are flat on the mat so they don't move this entire series. Your legs are lengthened long behind you, about hip distance apart, and you're lengthening that tailbone away from you. From here, we inhale, we just lift up slightly, and then we exhale to come down. So on the inhale, shoulders coming down and back, and then we lift all the way up, and then we exhale to come all the way down. So you're really thinking about lengthening through the spine here, rather than height. So length over height. Shoulder blades down and back, and then we come down. That's it. Keep lengthening through those legs. Keep the hip bones grounded. Let's just go for 4 more like this. You're just looking in front of your mat. Last 2. On your next one, you hold it all the way up. Hold it here. From here, you lift your hands, lift your elbows, and then they lower down, and then you lower your head. So we lift the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lower the arms, lower the head. There should be no tension in your lower back whatsoever. Our core is tight. We're using that upper back to lift us up. All of those little muscles along your spine. We've just got 3 more here before we just do those arms. Last 2. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. 1 more. Hold it up, just the arms. We lower, exhale to lift. You've got 6 here. Squeeze and lift for 5, 4. Keep those elbows nice and high. Everything's 90 degrees. For 2. Last 1. Come all the way down. From here, push onto your hands. Come all the way back into your child's pose. That's it. Take a couple of deep breaths there. Maybe rock through the hips. Maybe arch and curve through the spine. Whatever feels good for you. 1 more big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. That's it. Come all the way back to all fours. From here, I'm going to rotate around because I have OCD about facing this side of the mat. All right. From here, we extend the right leg behind us and lift it all the way up. From here, we exhale, pull your knee in towards your nose, scoop the belly, and then inhale to lengthen back, come into neutral. Exhale, we scoop the belly, tuck the knee in, and inhale to lengthen. So I really want you to focus on using your core to pull your knee in towards your nose, and then lengthen behind. That's it. You're really scooping those abdominals here. Let's go for 4. So rather than just curving through the back, use the abdominals instead to pull it in. Think of the abdominals rather than the spine. Last 2. 1 more. Hold it all the way up. From here, we flex through the foot. We tap the foot down, squeeze and lift. Tap down and lift. So while we're here, I want you to make sure you're not looking down at your knees. You're looking just in front of your mat, and your shoulders are square, hips are square. Flex as much as you can through your heel, straighten behind your knee. You've just got 6. For 5, keep that core nice and tight. 4, 3, for 2. Last one, we hold it up, point those toes, little pulses up and down. For 8, squeeze 7, tiny little squeezes. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, pop that knee down. Nice work. Come back onto your bums. Shake out those wrists if you need. All right, from here we're going to go into a little bit of a plank series. We come into our short plank again, come into your all fours. We take the right leg back into plank, take the left leg back, the right leg down, left leg down. So one at a time, you're walking back, back, in, in. We're just going to be leading with the right leg this time. We'll swap to the left later on. So just the right leg goes out, out, and then in, in. That's it. Let's go for 4 more here. In your plank, you're engaging through the glutes, pulling up through the abs. Last 2. 1 more, we hold it in that plank. Hold it for 10, 9, breathing 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down onto those knees. Shake out those wrists again if you need. All right, let's go into that other side. We're nearly there. Come back into all fours. Extend your left leg long this time. From here, we lift that left leg up. We exhale, scoop the core, draw the knee in towards your nose, and inhale to lengthen back. Exhale, we pull it in. Inhale to lengthen. That's it. So you look towards your knee, scoop the abdominals, and then look towards the top of the mat. You've got just 4 more here. Try and straighten that leg out as much as you can. Last 3. For 2. 1 more. Hold it all the way up, flex through your heel. We tap the foot down, squeeze and lift. Tap, exhale, lift. Keep your foot flexed, hips are square. We're just squeezing that left glute to lift the leg. You've got 6 here. Last 5. 4, keep that core nice and tight, draw the belly button in. Last 2. Hold it up in 1. Point the toes, little pulses up and down for 10, 9, last 8, 7, you've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that leg down and come all the way back. We've got those planks to finish, and then 1 more little plank, and then we are done. So back onto your hands and knees. This time we're leading with the left leg. So you take the left leg out, your right leg, bring the left leg in, bring the right leg in. So you're always leading with that left leg here, coming all the way out into your plank and then into your all fours. Make sure your core is nice and tight before you go into your full plank. Let's go for 3. Last 2. 1 more, hold it in your plank. From here, we lift the hips up and towards the ceiling, come into your downward dog, and then exhale, we come back into that plank. Inhale, we lift up, stretch for the back of the legs. This is a little bit of a stretch here for you as well. And then exhale, come into your plank, strengthen through the core. Inhale back, lower the heels down, press them down, exhale into your plank. You've got 6 here, and then a plank hold, and we are done. Let's go. We've got 5 to go. Press the heels down, press your chest in between your arms. Sorry, your head in between your arms. Your chest is pressing towards your thighs. Last 3. For 2. 1 more. Hold it in that plank position. Hold it here for 10. Breathe. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees down. Come into child's pose and take a few deep breaths there. And that is our beginner Pilates class complete for the day. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did, and I look forward to joining you next time on the mat. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.